this one. Brent, what will you keep your eye on in that matchup?
Well, Kevin, you're pointing out the guard play, so this is when they have a chance to go one-on-one. Which of these tandems can stand out against the other? Tons of pick and roll, tons of creativity, and we'll see which of these guys can pair off tonight to win this contest.
Now the opening lineup for the Oklahoma City Thunder. The 4 and the 5, the lengthy pair of Holmgren and Hartenstein. Gilgeous-Alexander runs things with Dort to his side. And it's Williams at the small forward. And here's Morant. There's the screen. He lobs up the alley-oop pass. Hammers the alley-oop through.
It's like reading the picture book for Morant. He makes it look insanely easy.
Gilgeous-Alexander kicks to Dort. And a great assist by Gilgeous-Alexander as that one goes in.
And he likes to get in a rhythm early. Nice triple.
Brett, it seems like throughout his career, Gilgeous-Alexander has an answer to whatever the defense might throw at him.
Well, the defenses don't have answers to stop him, Kevin. I know that. This guy is so quick with the basketball. He's so good at adapting on the fly with the ball, getting around the initial defender to make plays. Superstars have that quality. SGA has it in spades.
Now here's Morant, and Jackson throws it down hard.
And how about the hands on Jackson? Makes a good target on that frame and then able to finish off the alley-oop.
And that one's good. Gilgeous-Alexander.
Uncovered at the rim, finding cracks in the defense here early on.
Just really smart basketball and exploiting whatever holes that he's seeing right now in the defensive squad.
Ja Morant grabs the rebound. For Memphis, they've gone 3 of 4 from the field to start out the game. Pass to Jackson, takes a 3. Kept alive. Edie, his second shot goes in, off to a good start, 2 for 2.
And getting after it on the offensive glass and adding to that early total with the putback.
Sometimes guys come in with a great mindset, trying to push the action until somebody stops them. Nobody there to do it that time.
Now Morant, after Lou Dort's three-pointer that didn't go. And finished off by Morant.
Yeah, I'm amazed at Morant's ability to take contact and still stay in full control.
It's stolen by Dort. And now Williams running the floor all by himself.
Nice work to get it inside and draw contact.
All right, well, look at how the points have been generated so far. Scoring breakdown for the Grizzlies.
Straight away, they've opened things up offensively with skillful passing, running smart plays, and just setting guys up for success.
Getting to the inside is really important, but it's how close you can get to the basket. It feels like these guys are all around the rim in their attack tonight.
Here's Holmgren. Good, great play by Williams to set it up.
And looking to get stronger, Holmgren fights through the bump. Tons of time for him to grow into that frame.
It's an odd stat, but what I'm going to throw out there anyway, the Memphis Grizzlies set an NBA record last season for players used in a season.
Kevin, this isn't football, right? They had 33 different guys suited up last season. That tells you how difficult it was. Constant change, hard to build chemistry, and let's face it, hard to win games.
Here's Morant after the made shot from Shai Gilgeous-Alexander.
That's a tough rebound if you don't have the length that he does, so the size paying off.
Now here's Holmgren. And out of bounds as Memphis gains possession. And here's Morant. He'll bring it up for the Memphis Grizzlies. Jackson, a screen on Gilgeous-Alexander. Morant with another miss.
Not sure how he finds himself in so much space there. He's kicking himself for whiffing a bit on that one.
And while we've got a moment, let's send it over to our terrific reporter, David Aldridge. David?
Hey, Kevin, thanks. Chet Holmgren has a slender frame, but he's determined to still protect the rim. Coach Dagnall said he'll get dunked on 10 straight times, and that's what the game calls for. He paused and then added, he won't actually get dunked on 10 straight times. He's going to get a couple of those, too. Kevin, he certainly will.
I agree. David, he is fearless. And Morant throws it down.
This is how athletic Morant is. A point guard who possesses incredible athleticism.
Holmgren sets the screen for Gilgeous-Alexander. He takes it in, and he uses the glass on the layup. Gilgeous-Alexander's got 8 points.
Now, that's a high percentage look when the D doesn't fight over the screen.
Yeah, the coach over there just asking for one simple thing, and that's some effort. Got burned on that one.
Gets it to go from beyond the arc.
And when the 3 ball is falling for Morant, the defense is in trouble.
Gilgeous-Alexander finds Hartenstein. Puts up a deep 3. Oh, and he beat it.
Did they just do that, Kevin?
They just did that. Wow, what a way.
No shortage of scoring here at the end of the first quarter. Grizzlies lead by 6. Live from the FedEx Forum, you're watching 2K Sports. And hope you've enjoyed the broadcast so far. Halfway through the first half in this one. Guys, what's your take on the Grizzlies so far?
Well, look at the turnover ratio, then look at the score. Easy to see what happened in that first period.
Yeah, hopefully the opposition can recover, because that first quarter defensively was unbelievable. Just crippling defense.
We've got Santi Aldama. Kennard is out there with Pippen, and it's Huff in at the 5, roaming the paint. That's the group for Memphis to kick off the second quarter.
Nice answer back there. Love to see the competitive.
Yeah, both teams finding ways to the three-point line and trying to take advantage from distance.
Launches a 3, and again Oklahoma City with the triple.
That's just a lapse right there. No matter what, somebody has to be there and get a hand up in the shooter's face.
Kennard, the pass to Stevens. Offensive rebound. Here's Huff. Off target from three-point range.
And on an open look like that, he's very gifted at making the weak coverage pay.
Here's Joe. Off target from outside. Memphis leading by 3. Kennard with the ball. And it's Wallace picking him up.
And as long as Kennard keeps knocking down those threes, he's going to get more opportunity.
Joe passes to Williams. The 3. It's rebounded by Memphis. Their biggest lead of the game was 9. In recent years, Brent, we've seen Oklahoma City turn into a contender simply by developing their own young talent.
Yep, blocks on sticks, on bricks, on blocks, and that's what they've done. They have not signed a free agent, big-name guy. They built from within. They built an incredible roster by drafting well and fostering the growth of these young players, along with a coach who has given them a lot of belief. It's been pretty magical in OKC.
Williams, a screen on Pippen. Here's Joe. And he could not get that one to go. Out of contact, and he'll go to the line for 2. The Thunder shooting their 3rd and 4th free throw shots of the night. And the first one at the line is good. Brent, would you say the point guard is considered the toughest position to play in basketball?
You know, Kevin, I think there's been a massive shift in what the point guard represents in the NBA game. I mean, how many teams over the past couple of years that have won championships have played the traditional setup guard? What we're looking at is duos that can dribble, pass, and shoot and devastate defenses.
Nice shot by Wallace.
2 teammates connecting right there. Slick feed.
Here's Huff. He started by Williams. Wallace against Kennard. Nice spin off the left rim and in. Kennard's got 14.
And this is what they kind of do. They light the wick with Kennard on-demand offense.
Joe finds Williams. On the wing, Williams. Offline with his 3.
And even with good coverage defensively that time, he has confidence to drill the 3.
Kennard's shot is off. Thunder trailing by 9. 1:41 left in the first half. Off the mark there with the 3-point shot. The Thunder have gone 50% from the floor in the second quarter, 3 of 6.
And that's a little lack of fight at the defensive end.
Absolutely. At least on that slam, you're right. That's one way to let a team back in the game.
You have to credit the aggressiveness offensively because that's when you make a play when you really need it.
They get it back. Outside for Pippen. And taken away by Wallace. And now here comes Williams leading the break. And it goes down 2 points. And now just a 5-point Grizzly lead. And for Memphis, they're shooting 38% in the second quarter. Offensively, they look a little bit confused. Snatched up. Huff. And Memphis turns it over again.
And that's just carelessness there. I mean, you have got to have your head in the game.
Wallace against Kennard. On the wing, Wallace. Pass to Caruso. Now Joe. Defended by Pippen. From deep. It's rebounded by Memphis. 32 seconds left to play here in the second quarter. Kennard for threes. Sinks the three-pointer. Kennard's got 17.
Kennard has the space and has a pure shot.
Thunder trailing by 8. There's Williams with the 3. Now here's Caruso. Pass to Joe for the 3. Bangs home the trifecta. 9 points in the game so far. Now Kennard. He gets it up. No good on the last second attempt there. And a close game so far for the first 2 quarters as we reach halftime. It's the Grizzlies. They lead by 5. And join us right back here after the break for the start of the second half.
And get ready for the third half-court shot.
We've got second half action for you, and if the next couple quarters are similar to the first, this one could go down to the last possession. Here's who Mark Daigneault is going to put out there to start the second half. The 4 and the 5, the lengthy pair of Holmgren and Hartenstein. Gilgeous-Alexander runs things with Dort to his side. And it's Williams at the small forward position. And every year, and Greg, we agree, Bane seems to get better and better as a playmaker.
Doesn't overdo anything with his passing. Looks more and more comfortable creating off the driving kick. He's become a large part of this offensive engine.
A moment now to hear from our sideline reporter, Hall of Famer David Aldridge. David.
Kevin, the Grizzlies retired Marc Gasol's number 33 last season. You may recall he moved to Memphis in his teens, watching his older brother Powell play for the Grizz. Mark said, "I had a very unique perspective, that of a fan. When I came back as a Grizzlies player, I carried that with me." Kevin, that pride certainly showed.
Pride's a great word to use. No question, D.A. Thank you. Fires from the wing. Count that one for Dort. Dort's got 5 now.
One of the more skilled offensive players that is on the floor here tonight. Not an easy fella to hold in check.
They get it back. Pass to Wells. Here's the 3. It's Chet Holmgren with the rebound. Thunder trailing by 6. Williams from outside. Here's Gilgeous-Alexander. Good, and it's Williams who picks up the assist. He's got 10.
You have a guard like Gilgeous-Alexander that fights inside. It can add some spunk to your team.
Morant with it. He's picked up by Gilgeous-Alexander. Wells. The Grizzlies with another miss. Thunder have gone 2 of 4 here to start the second half. From deep, Williams. Good on the three-point shot.
This is what he does. Find space on the perimeter and then sink the 3.
Morant looking around. Second chance shot. Edey gets the bucket. And the Grizzlies lead by 3.
And that's a lesson for the D. Fight harder on the glass.
Yeah, you just can't afford to give up second chance opportunities again and again.
For 3, Holmgren. Grizzlies with the rebound. And he's got his 4th rebound in this one. Here's Wells. No good on the triple. Thunder trailing by 3. Dort kicks to Williams. And the rejection by Jackson. And it's out of bounds. They say it was last touched by Jackson. Here's Gilgeous-Alexander. Blocked again.
A terrific defender. And Jackson, one of those guys with great timing when he goes for the shot block and not afraid to send a message as well.
Thunder have gone 3 of 8 so far in the 3rd quarter, looking to lock in that rhythm. That ties the game. Gilgeous-Alexander's got 5 points in the quarter.
Ties it up with that one. You know, he's such a smart scorer. He doesn't force anything, lets the opportunities come to him.
Morant bats for 2. Dort grabs the miss.
Well, he's a guy that count on to produce from the mid-range. He doesn't miss. Lightning.
That was incredible.
And how's that for a one-man show? Put this fella on Broadway.
The most magnificent alley-oop we could have seen. Here's Wells, and the dunk by Wells.
Gotta take care of the ball. They'll punish you if you're that careless.
That's right, and that's severe punishment right there.
How about the sequence in its entirety? Momentum swing, and you love the effort here.
Got a hand on it. Jackson against Holmgren. Jackson passes to Baines. And he's good on the 3-ball. Baines got 6. And guys, let's get your take on the hustle stats for Memphis.
They made a point to protect the rim, challenging shots all game long, and the block total is off the chart.
Well, something else that has stood out is their up-tempo offense. And these guys have been on the track all game long. They're creating high-percentage looks, getting out there on the fast break.
Holmgren wide open. And a great assist by Gilgeous-Alexander as that one goes in.
And with that threat of the outside jumper, Holmgren generates space for this offense. And you can see him give a little nod and then just burst to the rim for the alley-oop slam.
A pair of teammates, Greg, with a terrific feel for each other. Gilgeous-Alexander can't get it to go. And so it's Jackson who brings it up for Memphis. They've held a 12-point lead earlier. Payne for 3. It's Chet Holmgren with the rebound. Holmgren's got his 4th rebound with that last one here tonight. From deep, Williams. And the last shot before the buzzer is off. And a great show through 3 quarters as we enter. And let's take this opportunity now to show you our State Farm assist of the game.
And how about the floor generalship right here? I mean, showing us why they're always in good hands when he's the man in charge.
Great hands, great vision. That makes great things happen for your offense.
Well, what a terrific game it's been so far with this 4th quarter. Sure to bring more pressure-packed basketball. Pippen is out there with Kennard. Then it's Santi Aldama. And it's Stevens in at the 3, the small forward. That's the lineup in the game for Memphis. 3-on-3. Dort wide open. Trains the 3-pointer.
And that's really quick processing by Dort, putting him in prime position and making him the go-to option on the break.
Kennard with the ball. And right away, they match it with a 3-pointer of their own. Kennard's got 20 points.
And I like the back and forth here, showing confidence from Rain.
It seems like they're going to find out who can make the deepest threes. Right now, it's a shootout.
And sometimes as a point guard, you got to take things into your own hands.
Yeah, right. It's okay to be selfish when you have a chance like that.
Well, if he's calling his own number, there's a reason for it. They respect the decision-making from him out there.
Kennard for 3. The Thunder pull it in. Here's Dort. And again, Oklahoma City with the triple.
Well, the size and skill of Dort is pretty unique. He can be really effective at any position on the floor.
Pass to Aldama. This one for 3s. Knocks down the 3-ball. Huff's got himself going there. His first points of the game on the deep ball. Here's Gilgeous-Alexander. Count the basket. Gilgeous-Alexander's got it all tied up now for the Thunder.
Gilgeous-Alexander, fantastic concentration.
Kennard against Dort. And again, it's the Grizzlies from deep.
Defensively, you can't back off him that much. You don't want to give up easy threes at this stage of the game.
Gilgeous-Alexander finds Holmgren. Gilgeous-Alexander against Pippen. Dort, left side. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Outside for Gilgeous-Alexander. Offensive rebound. Dort passes to Gilgeous-Alexander. Takes the 3. Aldama with the rebound. Aldama's got 6 rebounds now in the game. Kennard against Dort. The three-pointer, no good. Thunder trailing by 3. Williams with a clean look. Kept alive. Outside for Gilgeous-Alexander. Beyond the arc. And the rebound goes to the Grizzlies. Huff's got 4 rebounds now tonight. Kennard for 3. Gets the three-pointer to fall. Kennard's got 9 points here in the second half. Gilgeous-Alexander, that's a 2-pointer. Holmgren the pass to Hartenstein. Williams inside the line. And good. He nails it. 7 points here for Jalen Williams.
And great intensity here down the stretch. He's not one to shrink in the moment.
Take a look at it. Locked in right now in this moment. Wants the ball in his hands and feels real comfortable with the shot he's taking.
Dort finds Gilgeous-Alexander. Over Kennard. And it's Gilgeous-Alexander missing. Memphis leading by 4, and that'll be Oklahoma City's ball as it goes out of bounds.
That could be costly. When the game is hanging in the balance, the last thing you can afford is to turn it over.
Outside Williams. Lets it go with a 3. And a great assist by Gilgeous-Alexander as that one goes in. Gilgeous-Alexander's got 4 assists in the game. Morant kicks to Kennard. He sticks that one in from 20 feet away. Kennard's got 11 points in the quarter.
And Kennard defining clutch with that one.
Kennard against Williams. Hartenstein passes to Williams. Hartenstein with the screen on Kennard. Williams for 3. And it's Morant with the rebound. For the finish. Yes!
A true leader. You can tell Morant takes pride in stepping up when it matters most.
Now here's Holmgren from the arc. The Grizzlies pull it in. They've held a 12-point lead earlier. And Kennard wide open. He shoots. Nailed from three-point land. Kennard's got 31.
And I think they realize any hope of a comeback is gone.
Well, realistic at this stage of the game, they're going to lose this one, but will they take something from the loss?
Lets the 3 fly. Gilgeous-Alexander with the rebound. And now here comes Williams leading the break. And again, no good by Oklahoma City. From outside the arc. And again for 3. Buries his 10th triple of the game.
Unbelievable.
And so the Grizzlies take the win. All right, David, thank you. And that'll do it, folks.
But eventually, I'll get there.
I'm a tiger on the loose, I'm a menace in the booth, I'm the medicine you're afraid to take. I'm the gasoline and nut and the devil in your gut that you're fighting just to keep it baked. Kinda like the view with the dice in the mirror, top down with the rims and gold. So baby, pour me a drink, I'm gonna let out the freak beat back. Let me see. Let him run, let him eat, stone cold killer. Let off the beat. Let him bang on the streets like Godzilla.
league's most exciting talent on the floor.
Oh my, man, I am most definitely up for this one. With the athleticism on both sides, there's going to be no shortage of highlights.
Now the opening lineup for the Portland Trailblazers. We've got Avdia and Freddie Simons out there with Matisse Thybulle. Then there's Klingon, and it's Kamare in at small forward.
And you know his team wants Jackson Jr. to keep taking these threes, knowing it'll help open up this offense even more.
Avdia, right side. Off target. From outside.
Given his range, you'd expect him to capitalize on that open.
From deep three-point land. Memphis the rebound. Jackson outside. And Jackson gets double-teamed. Oh, deflected. And that'll be Memphis's ball as it goes out of bounds. Grizzlies able to keep possession here.
He was all over that pass. That's a cautionary tale.
Yeah, and you know they're tracking the tips and deflections because that tells you who's affecting the game.
Now Portland with it. Here's Avdia. And Morant clears the board.
Probably should have scored there. He usually does.
You know, Coach, when you watch Ja Morant play, it's hard to think of anyone else as explosive as he is.
Yeah, Brian, he can make a defender look like he's standing still. The burst that Morant has with his first step is unrivaled. Probably the best burst in the entire league.
Truly is a human highlight reel in this modern day.
He just rises up and throws it down hard with one hand.
That is such a go-to move for him. He holds nothing back on those.
And how sweet was that play?
Pinpoint pass, set up the alley-oop flush. The steal. Here's Wells. He's covered by Simons. The three ball. Knocks it down from distance.
Not just an aggressive scorer, Morant is also a fantastic distributor.
It's Avdia on the wing. Three-pointer. And the rebound goes to the Grizzlies.
And even after airtight defense like that, you still just expect him to hit those kind of shots.
Edie, that's good.
Among the best passers in the league, Morant finds open teammates.
Kamare. And he takes that one up and powers it through.
He was grabbing the rim to extend the hang time.
Hey, maybe making sure the landing was kinder than the takeoff. And it's Morant off the drive.
What? Wait. Hey, dunks are always for the big boys.
Emphatic move by the point guard.
Well, in this league, you can see powerful plays from anyone and anywhere. Your position no longer dictates your scoring options.
Avdia, screen on Morant. 6 on the shot clock. There's Simons with a three. The rebound by Edie. Grizzlies lead by 6. Here's Wells. Ooh, a two-handed power slam.
Woo! Defensively, you can't afford to let him get to the rim that easily.
Well, that might be why their deficit is what it is right now.
Well, that's too easy. As he says, let me add to my highlight reel.
Don't want to let him get into a rhythm from out there.
The three. No good there. Blazers trail by 5. Thybulle on the wing. Pass to Avdia. Simons, a screen on Jackson. Back to Thybulle. Avdia from outside. And again, it's the Trailblazers from deep.
I love this approach. Getting him involved early, and it's already paying off.
Yeah, well, his offensive contributions are going to be very important in this game. So it's good they've already got him in a rhythm.
And both teams running long-range plays that are working.
Well, you know it's become a three-point shooting league. Teams shooting a steady diet from outside.
Pounding it inside early and often, setting a physical tone.
Jackson with a screen on Thybulle. The offensive rebound. Jackson gets the bucket.
And just a forceful play by Jackson, clearing the glass and muscling his way to his own shot.
Simons with it, guarded by Morant.
I know it's early, but you have to wonder if these offenses can keep this up.
Well, you expect there to be peaks and valleys, but you've got some excellent scores on both sides.
There's a 4-second difference between the shot and game clock. Wide open look. Klingen's shot is off.
You won't see him miss that one too many times.
Yeah, it was a great look. Sometimes they don't fall. You've just got to keep taking great shots.
And there's a pick. Morant, the pass to Jackson. Oh, swiped away. And he ends that fast break chance. An intentional foul. That's a textbook example of the transition take foul rule. Portland shooting their first free throw of the game here. For three, Klingen. Oh, no good on the last second attempt there. And a good game so far as we can. Some good action already in this one, but a fairly even matchup after this first quarter of play. And a look at how the offensive approach has been going so far for Memphis.
Well, the coaching staff's game plan is very clear. Move the ball on the perimeter and shoot the shots with no hesitation.
Another area they've excelled in is the points in the paint. They've been able to gouge the interior defense so far in this one.
We've got Luke Kennard, and it's Stevens in at the three. That's the group for Memphis to kick off the second quarter. And one thing you can say about the Memphis Grizzlies, they are disruptive defensively, Stan.
Yeah, Brian, they've been in the top 5 in the league in steals, blocks, turnovers forced over the last few years. And let's face it, they're aggressive offensively as well. This team attacks at both ends of the court.
When Jeremy Grant is dishing out an assist, that is a great sign for this team.
Kennard outside, over Sharp. Kennard can't get it to go. Portland has gotten 3 of their 7 threes to find the net in this matchup. It's Sharp with the drive. Grant with money's on the line. The mid-range is still a big part of the elite player's game.
You're right, B.A. And really, it comes down to touch, obviously. And size certainly helps. And then the savvy and balance to create that space.
Kennard against Sharp. From outside the arc. The rebound by McGowan. All right, a look at how the points have been generated so far. A scoring breakdown for Portland.
Well, I have to applaud their ball movement. They're moving the ball around, finding the best looks they can, and keeping everyone involved.
And we've also got to talk about those threes dropping for them. We'll see if they can keep up the momentum from long range. You know, I like that decision from Henderson, giving up the rock.
Grizzlies trail by 5. Will it go? And again, it's Memphis missing. The Trailblazers have gone 3 of 3 to begin the second. Grant outside. Launches a 3. Grizzlies with the rebound. Kennard outside. The 3 is up. And he can't get that one.
Something's off about him this quarter.
Yeah, and sometimes guys just start pressing. The best thing for him is to just slow it down and concentrate on solid shot selection.
From deep, buries it from 3. Kennard's got 6 in the quarter.
Well, those go down for him in his sleep.
Pass to Reith. And here in the second quarter of action, just a hair under 2.5 minutes played. Oh, he got it with a pump fake, but he couldn't finish. Kennard for 3. Pippen. And he throws it down. What a terrific lead pass.
And once he gets to the rim, it's fairly...
Oh! Wow!
Yeah, he's just explosive. I mean, Scoot gets off the ground in a hurry and puts some emphasis on it, too.
Pass to Aldama. From downtown, Kennard can't get it to go. And it's Henderson with the ball for the Portland Trailblazers. Coach, it's such a difficult transition to the NBA. Scoot Henderson joins from the G League Ignite. What do you see in his game?
Well, look, I see a really talented guy who plays the game hard. What you've got to get improvement in are the two areas that most people have to improve in: shooting and decision-making.
Kennard for three. Pure from three-point range. Kennard's got 9.
Well, clearly some sort of defensive breakdown there. He is not the kind of guy you give room to at the arc.
And here's Grant from the arc. Aldama grabs the board. For Memphis, they've gone 4 of 10 from the field in the second. Nice shot by Kennard.
Just incredible. I mean, he's really making it rain out there, knocking them down one after another.
Well, what I love about his three-point shooting is the spacing that he's adding. It makes things a lot easier for everyone else.
Credit their discipline. They've been working for high percentage shots.
They set a pick. Beyond the arc. They grab their own miss. For Portland, they've gotten 6 of 10 shots to drop in the second. Nice work. Back to Grant. There's the 3. Nice. Gets his second bucket. He's 2 for 4 now.
Quick shooting from Grant. He gets it and takes it. It's just that easy for him sometimes.
Kennard for 3. Portland with a rebound. Now 8 seconds separating the 2 clocks. Pass to McGowan's. Here's the 3. Aldama grabs the board. Grizzlies trail by 3. Releases. Here's Stevens. Kennard outside. And again, Memphis no good. Lets it go from deep. Nails it from 3. 6 points for him. And so it's Portland with a 6-point lead at the close of the quarter. Just pounding the painted area. That's helped them build an advantage. We'll be right back after this word. In that first half, we saw a pretty tight battle. We'll soon find out what sort of adjustments were discussed during halftime. Boy, it's been quite a game for Luke Kennard.
Through the first 2 quarters, he's been on fire. Explosive offensive performance.
Yeah, and in terms of slowing him down, I think they're going to have to change things up. Give him some different looks.
So the Trailblazers 5 right now. Anthony Simons out there with Matisse Thybulle. Then there's Klingon. Then there's Avdia, and it's Kamare in at the 3 slot. And when you talk about this Portland team, Stan, they're young and talented. They have some nice pieces going forward.
Yeah, and Brian, it starts with Scoot Henderson and Anthony Simons in that backcourt, but Shaedon Sharpe, when healthy, they've got some good pieces to build around.
And the whistle blows. It's going to be on Desmond Bane. That's his first foul. Moran against Simons. Pass to Klingon. This one for 3. And the rebound goes to the Grizzlies.
Well, this was his shot to miss, honestly. Poor coverage, good setup. He just couldn't knock it down.
And another 3 for Memphis. Neither team has been able to assert its dominance over the other.
Yeah, the struggle is real tonight. 7 lead changes and still in the 3rd quarter.
And they get it back. Pass to Simons. And here in the second half of play, we're just over a minute in. Morant looking around with the drive. Oh, Morant gets it done inside.
Yeah, an electric player. Morant just bouncing off the contact and finishing on the drive.
Drills it from deep. Klingon's got 5 now.
Well, that's a shot you don't mind him taking. Gets a good look and trusts his shot to knock down the 3.
Kicks it out to Jackson. Off the mark there with a 3.
Well, the defense got lucky there. More often than not, he's making that shot.
Now here's Simons. He's closely guarded. Off the outside. 5 on the clock. Trailblazers got to hurry. Got to get up a shot. Simon's shot is good.
Way to rise to the occasion and snatch back the momentum.
Yeah, plenty of lead changes in this game. It's gone back and forth.
Wells misses. And so it's Avdia with it. He brings it up for Portland. They lead by 1, and you watch Donovan Clingan. He really benefited from that extra year in college, Graham.
Yeah, the development cycle can be a little longer for centers, B.A. He cleaned up a lot offensively and took his strength and conditioning to another level.
A little under 2.5 minutes gone by in the third quarter. Oh, got that bucket in no time at all.
3 points.
Give him 8.
Too much space on the perimeter. There needs to be a little more energy from the defense.
Here's Wells. And again, it's Memphis missing. Now Portland with it. It's been 8 unanswered for them. Pass to Clingan. Clock keeps going. 3 minutes into the second half now. Drains the triple.
Here in the third, he's really started to heat up from the perimeter.
Grizzlies trail by 7. Jackson for 3. And Clingan pulls it down.
They are really struggling to stop this run.
Well, this is a spot where you have to be able to go to your leaders. They need to step up and make a play to turn things around.
And that's out of bounds. It was last touched by Clingan. Let's check in with our reporter, Allie LaForce.
Brian, John Morant is excited to be back on the court, and he's looking to lead this Grizzlies team back to the postseason. He said of the adversity, quote, "It made me better. I'm just grateful and thankful for the position I'm in." Brian, it's great to have him back in action.
Yeah, everyone loves a comeback story, Allie. Thanks. A line change here for Portland. Kennard for 3. Portland grabs the miss.
It's clear he's totally out of sync. The team needs to rethink its strategy around what to do with him. The burst. Man, Sharp can go from 0 to 100 in the blink of an eye.
Here's Kennard. And he gets it to go, hitting off the back of the rim. Kennard's got 14 points for the game. Poke loose. 1 minute left in the third. No good on the triple. And let's get your take, guys, on the scoring breakdown for Portland.
Well, they've really been sharing the basketball. All coaches talk about that, try to get their teams to do it. It's really great when you see it in action.
Yeah, one thing I think they should continue doing is attacking the break. Because right now, this defense has no answer for them when they do this. And you see right there the practice time Sharp's put in. Sound shooting mechanics for a guy who hasn't played a lot of games in his career.
Out of bounds, it'll be Portland's ball.
Yeah, what a disconnect. Sloppy play like that is something they can expect to come up in the film session.
Up top, Henderson. Pass to McGowan's. It's tipped. Here's Pippen. Hits the trifecta. Pippen's got his second bucket of the game.
That's inexcusable defense right there. You gotta contest the shot better than that.
5-second differential between the shot clock and game clock. Back to Henderson. To the left side wing. Here's Sharp. And he goes in for the dunk.
And this guy has some bounce. Always fun seeing Sharp hammer it home.
And here's Kennard. Jacks up a 3. Oh, it would have counted had it fallen, but it is offline. And so it's Portland earning this break in the action, up 10. What has them in front right now, by and large, they're taking great shots. All right, let's take a look at our assist of the game presented by State Farm.
And I'll tell you what, this was a no-brainer tonight. Take a look at the precision on this feed. Couldn't place it any better.
Yeah, that's high-level playmaking. He makes it look easy, but it's not.
With 3 quarters behind us, let's see what this 4th period holds in store. Manning the backcourt, we'll see Moran and Payne. Jaren Jackson out there with Luke Kennard, and it's Edey in at the center position. That's the lineup in the game for Memphis. Stan, you've coached some great defensive anchors in your time. Who do you view as the best in the game today?
Well, Brian, you probably have to start with Rudy Gobert, but we've got guys like Brook Lopez, Jaren Jackson, Anthony Davis, and then we've got 2 young ones coming up that could be as good as we've seen in Wemby and Chet Holmgren.
And athleticism on display there by Henderson. Just an acrobatic move to finish the play.
The Trailblazers making a switch here. Sharp's checked in.
First team. Blazers substitution. Number 17.
Kennard, left side. No good on the 3.
Yeah, there's no reason for the defense to get out on him right now. Just let him keep taking that shot until he shows them he's going to knock it down.
Slams it down with 2 hands.
Man, they're really getting aggressive now. The 3 from Payne. And Klingon pulls it down. Klingon's got 4 rebounds in the game. Abdia. And he's going to the line for 2. The official saw contact while he was going up. That one's off.
Shooting for 4. Benny Abdia at the line for 2.
He hits the 2nd from the line. Recently, player health has been the big talking point around the Memphis Grizzlies stand.
Yeah, B.A., look, and it's really a shame to have such a talented, dynamic team have to deal with all those constant what-ifs and have their seasons so affected by things outside of their control. It's tough.
Now here's Sharp. He's guarded closely. Shot clock at 5. Here's Klingon. Abdia outside. The 3 is up. The Grizzlies pull it in. Jackson's got his 4th rebound in this one. Kennard with it. Now Sharp defending. From deep, Payne. And Klingon pulls it down. Trailblazers lead by 13. Abdia, right side. It's rebounded by Memphis. Edey's got 4 rebounds now. Kennard for 3. Gets the 3 to fall.
Well, those go down for him in his sleep.
For Portland, they've gone 2 of 5 from the field in this final quarter. Abdia from outside. The rebound by Edey. Edey's got rebound number 5 here tonight. And a miss there with a chance to cut the lead to single digits. Portland has gone 0 for 2 from outside here in the 4th quarter. And that one's good. Sharp.
Yeah, just pulling up on a dime there. I love Sharp's take charge attitude.
Kennard way outside. Misses the 3. Used the pump fake well, but he couldn't capitalize. Pass to Kamari. Puts up a deep 3. It's Abdia on the wing. The fader. And the rebound goes to the Grizzlies.
Well, that is stifling coverage on the perimeter. That's how you stop a good shooter in his tracks.
Deflects the pass. Here's Sharp. Oh, my goodness!
What a dunk!
And so difficult to defend. Sharp has 3-level scoring ability, and he is prolific.
Grant, wouldn't be a bad idea here to slow it down.
Yeah, the coach is definitely looking for patience and execution.
Grizzlies trail by 14. Payne fires from way outside. That basket is good. Off the assist from Jackson. Jackson's got 3 assists now in this one. And it's Edey missing. The Trailblazers have gone 4 for 10 in the 4th. Abdia left side. The 3. Portland no good that time either.
Yeah, really unlike him to have this kind of game from 3.
Jackson can't get it to go. Portland leading by 11.
And this is a game they can build off of. They kept their focus all game long, and it will get marked as a win for the Trailblazers.
What would you say the deciding factor in this game was, Grant?
Yeah, B.A., ultimately you have to look at their field goal percentage. They were the more efficient team because they found clean looks all night.
And we've come to expect these kinds of strong games for Denny Abdia.
Well, he was the catalyst for them tonight. Played a great all-around game, and you could see his teammates feeding off his energy.
Excellent effort on the road. They've literally sucked the energy out of this arena.
Yeah, and winning games on the road is huge, especially when you get them in such a convincing fashion.
Leaving nothing to chance. This run shutting the door on him.
Yeah, this run has poured a bucket of water on any ember of a potential comeback.
There's 18 seconds left in the fourth. Fires for three. And Klingon pulls it down. So it's the Trailblazers winning this one easily. They have to feel good about this performance.
Both feature top-tier athleticism.
And Kevin, that bodes well for us, right? There's a lot of speed, some great athleticism. I'm sure we're going to get some highlight reel plays tonight.
Let's take a look at our starters for Portland. We've got Matisse Thybulle. Klingen is out there with Denny Avdia. Then it's Anthony Simons. And it's Kamare in at the 3. Drills it from outside.
We are talking about a 6'6" point guard. Shea has got a great view of the floor. What an easy pass.
Simons, the pass to Avdia. Simons up top. Gilgeous-Alexander covering. And it's Simons missing. Outside, Dort. And the 3 off target. Avdia against Holmgren. Avdia can't hit.
And you don't want to give up that kind of look too often.
George, do you think the Oklahoma City Thunder has the best young core in the NBA?
Well, they are absolutely loaded with talent, Kevin. Not only that, they fit together. Now they've got a perennial MVP because Shea Gilgeous-Alexander has inserted himself into the best player in the game conversation and a rising star in Chet Holmgren. Look out.
He had a nice open look right there.
And he likes to get in a rhythm early. Nice triple.
Simons against Gilgeous-Alexander. The shot goes in. First shot, first basket.
Yeah, teams will try to get physical with SGA. Make sure you understand that wiry frame is big-time strong.
Simons kicks to Avdia. Simons on the wing. Clock at 6. And it's Avdia off the drive. Can't get it to fall. Thunder have gone 3 of 4 from the field to start out the game. For 3, Dort misses. For Portland, they've gone just 1 of 4 to get this game started. Pass to Kamare. And the Trailblazers, another 3.
Well, deliver the pass where your teammate can do something with it. Nice.
Inside, Klingen with the steal. Simons surveying the D. Avdia kicks to Simons. Avdia with a screen for Simons. Now here's Thybulle. Tight defense on him. Pass to Kamare. 3-pointer, Simons. It's rebounded by Hartenstein.
Well, the defense clearly was not interested in guarding him from downtown. They're very fortunate he missed.
Good way to start this game. You want to get him rolling as early as possible.
He's a guy who, if he gets hot, he can carry your offense for long stretches.
Time now to turn to our sideline reporter, David Aldridge. David.
Kevin, the Blazers are in the midst of a rebuild. Coach Chauncey Billups said it's been a tough couple of years. I'm just here every day grinding through it, helping my guys the best I can. I'm ready for that challenge and that pressure to go out and compete with these best teams. But in the NBA, Kevin, this sort of thing takes time.
A lot of time, but the West is tough, David. Thank you.
Shea Gilgeous-Alexander, so dangerous in pick and roll. He's going to keep you off balance because he can score it or facilitate.
Greg, seems like we always talk about Shea Gilgeous-Alexander's offensive side, but when it comes to deflections and steals, his defense, he's one of the best.
Yeah, his two-way ability is sometimes overlooked in the mainstream media. But people in the know how good of a defender he is.
Here's Gilgeous-Alexander. Denny Avdia making his last shot.
Oh, my goodness. How good was that move by Shea? Creating a bucket.
And it's out of bounds. The Trailblazers able to retain possession here. 1:07 left here in the opening quarter. 3-pointer, Simons.
With his length and athleticism and basketball smarts, how about the contest by Shea Gilgeous-Alexander? Excellent defense.
It's not going to go for him.
You're not going to see that very often. Plenty of space, but he just, let's face it, he whiffs on that one.
Some nice ball movement here by the Trailblazers. Here's Kamare. Defended by Dort. 6 to shoot. Down low. Pass to Kamare. Driving in. He drains it as the shot clock ticks down. Kamare's got 5.
Good job attacking. Those restricted area shots are what every NBA team is looking for.
Gilgeous-Alexander. And Klingon pulls it down. And Simons has got the ball here for the Portland Trail Blazers. Trailing by 2 to the middle. And it's blocked. Fires for 3. Wow, through the contact, and that 3 almost went in, so he'll go to the line for 3 free throws.
First team foul.
First trip to the free throw line for him in this one. Good on the second free throw.
Taking 3 shots.
And he nails the third. Now here's Henderson. 1 second left. And no good on the last second attempt this time. Shai Gilgeous-Alexander, guys, has been on display. And for those of you just tuning in, the second quarter of action is where we're at right now. What stands out to you from Oklahoma City in this one?
Guys, I love their defense in that first period. They were in position and just challenging shots.
Well, I think they combined great intelligence with great effort, and you can see the results.
Alex Caruso out there with Williams. Then it's Williams. And there's Wallace. And it's Mitchell. In at the point. That's the group for Oklahoma City getting going here in the second. Portland had, Greg, one of the great guard combinations in Clyde Drexler and Terry Porter.
Man, that was one heck of a backcourt. And they really complemented each other so well. Drexler with his explosive scoring ability and Porter who could just do a little bit of everything.
Clock at 4. Fires from deep. A rebound by Reith. Trailblazers trail by 3. Grant for 3. Off the mark. His first miss of the game. 1 for 2. Near the three-point line, it's Mitchell. Williams finds Mitchell. Williams, a screen on Grant. The drive by Mitchell. And that'll be 2 free throws coming up. Officials on the call with the foul.
First personal foul.
So, Doris, here's a question for you. Should the NBA widen the court? Because the corner 3 now is such a staple in these offenses.
That's exactly right. One of the most coveted, Kevin, because the proximity of the shot is so desirable. Here's what we know unequivocally. There's no way they're going to widen the court because it would take out some of the money-making courtside seats. That's not happening.
And Williams throws it down.
Well, he's such a good athlete for a center. It's how he's able to succeed despite being one of the smallest 5s in the NBA.
Sharp sets the pick for Henderson. There's the pick. Pass to Reith. And Sharp has it in the corner. No good from outside. Oklahoma City leading by 5. Caruso with the ball. Now Henderson defending. Williams passes to Wallace. Here's Mitchell. Back to Wallace. Fader on the way. It's hauled in by the Trailblazers. Pass to Reith. Buries it from three-point range. Reith has got his first bucket of the game, and he's on the board for 3. To the paint. Stolen by Grant. And here we go. Fast break. Henderson's got it. Here's Reith. Sharp on the wing. Covered by Mitchell. The score now all even.
And good quickness there. Sharp, exciting to watch when he's in attack mode.
Hey, Greg, what about Jeremy Grant? He's had about every role you can imagine on any team he's played on.
And, Kevin, he started out as a second-round pick, hoping to just make a team. He's been a bench spark plug, a starter, even a #1 option in Detroit for a couple of years. Grant's done it all.
Reith. And no good. Had a chance to take the lead there. The Thunder have gotten off to a rough start here in the second quarter, going just 1 for 5. That bucket in no time at all. Williams has got 4 points in the quarter.
Great finish. What a setup. Terrific ball movement there.
And then Henderson with the jam.
Explosive in every way. The quick first step, and then you see the hop.
From outside, off the mark. Portland's gone 1 of 4 from three-point range in the second. Not a whole lot dropping out there for them. Grant dishes to Henderson. Grant with a screen on Wallace. Henderson, no one around him. Misses the three. The Thunder have gone only 2 of 7 from the field since the second quarter got underway. And so Henderson will bring it up for the Portland Trail Blazers. Only given up 6 here in this quarter. To the middle. Williams kicks to Henderson. 58 seconds left in the first half. Just 5 on the clock. Here's Grant, and the dunk by Grant.
Jeremy Grant going to give a little lesson in how to finish off a drive. Whoa.
Williams passes to Williams. Out of bounds. Portland takes possession. The Trailblazers have gone 6 of 10 from the floor here in the second quarter. Ball's knocked loose. Mitchell against Grant. Here's Wallace. Good, and the assist goes to Mitchell. Wallace has got his first 3 points of the game.
Well, check out that assist. That's a pair of teammates that are clearly on the same page.
And that one's good by Henderson.
A part of Henderson's game that's improving. Nice to see him build some confidence from behind the line.
Williams dishes to Williams. Back to Williams. Takes a three. That shot missing. And that's it for the first half of action in what's been a very close game here. Trailblazers lead by 2. And we'll be back right after halftime to get the third quarter underway.
Fans, please direct your attention to center court and get ready for the fan half-court shot. Drum roll. They're thinking about the shot.
And if you're just joining us, we've played through the first half in a game that's been fairly even so far. Shai Gilgeous-Alexander really making a difference here.
And you know he's going to put up points every time out, but boy, he made it look so easy in that first half.
And let's see if he continues that trend the rest of the way. He certainly has the talent and the endurance to do just that.
Here's who Chauncey Billups will start the second half with. Matisse Thybulle's out there with Anthony Simons. Then it's Denny Avdia. Then there's Klingon. And it's Kamare in at the small forward. And let's head over to the sideline and catch up with David Aldridge.
Kevin, thank you. Jalen Williams is a do-it-all dynamo for the Thunder. Coach Mark Daigneault said, we've cross-matched him onto centers. He'll shift him to a point guard. It's hard to explain how impactful that is for you. You have a great offensive player that you're also moving all over the lineup. Kevin?
D.A. the versatility. That is pretty special.
And simply put, Donovan Klingon is a winner. 2 national titles in 2 college seasons. He can really affect the game at that size.
Out in front now, although he left 1 point on the board right there.
And the dunk by Gilgeous-Alexander.
I love when Shai does not just settle for a layup. Finish with authority. What a pretty dunk.
Well, the ascension of Jalen Williams, Doris, has been swift and very fun to watch.
Oh, absolutely, Kevin. He became very quickly in his second season a number 2 option and, frankly, borderline 1A option. And it's not just his offensive game, Kevin. This guy has become a stout defender. He's got the perfect NBA frame and just fits in personality-wise. We have that high-value 3. Shai Gilgeous-Alexander says, I'll take that one.
3-pointer, Simons. And again, it's the Trailblazers from deep.
And an eye for an eye. Both teams working to stretch the floor.
Well, that 3-point shot just gives you so much room to operate on the offensive end.
Now, here's Dort. Tried to come right back with the three of his own, but it's no good. Simons with the ball. Williams picks him up. Simons against Williams. To the inside. Here's Kamara. Outside, Avdia. A three-pointer off the mark.
And on an open look like that, he's very gifted at making the weak coverage pay.
Dort misses. Trailblazers have gone 2 of 5 shooting here in the third quarter. Klingon the screen for Simon. It's rebounded by Oklahoma City.
Well, they'll be happy with that look, even though it didn't fall.
I think expect them to go back to it because that's the kind of shot this offense is designed to generate.
Doris, Shea Gilgeous-Alexander has a chance to go down as one of the greatest Canadian basketball players ever.
Kevin, that is a bold statement when you consider that the great Steve Nash, two-time MVP and one of the best passers in the history of the game, is of Canadian descent. But this guy, Shea Gilgeous-Alexander, is putting together quite the resume. Let's just hope he can sustain that stardom.
It falls for his 7th bucket of the contest. He's 7 for 9.
Well, that's SGA in a nutshell right there. Quickness, length, guile, finishing on the interior.
Good on the triple.
And for New Simons.
Simons has got the lead up to 2 now for the Trailblazers.
Just focusing on the task at hand, that's all you can do.
Boy, the tide is running one way and then shifting back in the other direction. I've lost count of how many lead changes we've had here tonight.
Here's Simons after the made shot from Shea Gilgeous-Alexander. 1:22 left in the third quarter of the game. And Gilgeous-Alexander throws it down.
And this is SGA's role. He's out here to score and score often.
Gilgeous-Alexander with the steal. And they blow the whistle for a foul. He was trying to disrupt the fast break opportunity. This is his 3rd free throw attempt of the game. And the Thunder going with a whole new group out there. Near the three-point line, it's Mitchell. The Thunder with another miss.
The shot's there for him, and he's got to take it. I don't care if he doesn't convert. That's a shot he has to continue to take.
Oklahoma City leading by 3. Caruso finds Wallace. 44 seconds left to play in the third. And Mitchell gets it to go.
And if you're the guy who has to guard him, it is never going to be an easy night for you.
Throws it up high, and then Sharp with the dunk.
We've heard the stories about Sharp and how impressive his vertical is. Now we see it on full display.
And they'll get another chance. Wallace kicks to Mitchell. Shot clock at 6. Oklahoma City needs to get off a shot. And there's the shot clock violation. Couldn't get the shot off in time.
And you can tolerate gaffes like that sometimes, but in a close game, man, I tell you what, that really hurts.
Trailblazers trail by 3. Pass to Grant. Puts up a 3. Sinks the triple. Grant's got 7.
And they have been relentless from deep. And you see the defense trying to react, but to no avail.
Well, that's the whole point, isn't it? If you space the floor well enough, it's almost impossible for the defense to account for everyone.
Shea. And a quick look now at the State Farm assist of the game.
And how about the big fella here showing us he's got some point guard skill here with the tremendous setup.
I'll tell you, in today's game, you want skill and decision-making at every position.
Well, this has been a great contest so far, and I imagine the fourth quarter could have even more action in store for us. Williams is out there with Williams, and it's Alex Caruso, and it's Mitchell, and it's Wallace in a 2-guard. That's the lineup in the game for Oklahoma City.
First team foul. Substitution on the court.
And the ball goes out of bounds. Last touch by Hartenstein.
That almost looked like bad communication. You hate to see that kind of mistake.
Trailblazers shooting at 46%, making some buckets. Sharp, the pass to Avdia. Back to Sharp. Gilgeous-Alexander with the steal. Dort wide open. And a miss there on the triple.
He is single-handedly dropping the temperature in here with that cold streak.
He is trying to shoot his way out of it, and it might be better for him to pass the basketball at this point.
And the lack of effort to fight over the screen there makes that an easy shot.
You know, we see this all the time. You're basically, as a defender, hoping the man misses rather than putting in the work to get over screens.
And the call on the shot that sends him to the line. Here we are sizing up GA Jalen Williams, and his shooting has got to be his biggest strength.
Absolutely. He's great at spacing the floor for his teammates with his catch and shoot abilities, but he's equally gifted shooting off the dribble.
Fourth quarter still young, just over a minute play. Now Sharp. 5 to shoot. It's deflected. Gilgeous-Alexander with the steal. And the Thunder pushing it up now for 3. Williams hits the three-point bomb. And now we'll get a perspective here on the hustle game. How it's been going for the Thunder.
They have been a wrecking ball defensively, coming up with steals, being active with their hands, and just doing a terrific job of disrupting the rim.
And another theme in this game, to me, guys, has been how lethal they've been in transition. Attack on the break and make sure you convert.
Just 5 to shoot. And the basket by Kamara.
The defenders need to recognize the importance of staying on him as we get into crunch time.
Gilgeous-Alexander. And that's a foul called on Shai Gilgeous-Alexander. That'll be his second foul of the game.
Yeah, really good defensive play to cut him off there and square up.
Portland with the ball. Outside, Avdia. Pass to Klingon. Avdia with it. He's picked up by Holmgren. Stolen by Dort. And here's the fast break. Holmgren leading the way. Gilgeous-Alexander passes to Hartenstein. And we have an intentional foul there, GA. Wish I could say why.
That one's pretty strange. I mean, no idea what got into his head right there.
Grant is checked in for Portland. And good that time. Gilgeous-Alexander's got 24.
Such a clutch shooter. This guy lives for these kinds of moments and delivers.
Grant dishes to Avdia. And Holmgren pulls it down.
And you know they wanted that one to go down.
Let's prove it time. Fourth quarter. Don't get it done now. No more chances.
Here's Hartenstein, and the rebound paying off as they pick up 2 on the second chance bucket right there.
Yeah, nothing too fancy. It's just getting the job done when they need to make every possession count.
And he drives in, and then Sharp with the dunk.
And this young guy is already imposing his will on the game. Sharp, someone you can count on in the moment.
And it's in there. Gilgeous-Alexander's got 17 now, just in the second half.
There is no moment too big, no pressure too heavy for Mr. Shai Gilgeous-Alexander. The delivery is on time. Boy, Jeremy Grant showing some level-headed poise in the face of a big moment, big-time shot.
Got that one up quick. Gilgeous-Alexander's got the lead up to 5 now for the Thunder. Grant up top, defended by Dort. And there's Klingon. That's good on the assist by Grant.
And love the poise from the rookie big man Klingon. He embraces moments like these.
And so they choose to intentionally foul. Robert Williams is checked in for Portland.
14 foul. Into the lineup for the Trailblazers, number 35. Robert Williams.
And a little over 3.5 minutes in the books so far here in the fourth. The kick out to Williams. Holmgren sets the screen for Williams. And the Thunder another 3.
and you can feel the excitement in the building. Both of these teams pouring it on.
There's been a bit of a flurry here late, and this game may come down to which side gets a stop or two.
Three-pointer. Avdia can't hit.
And even without that three-ball dropping for him, the defense should have done more on that last play.
From downtown, Williams can't get it to go.
And the great shooters know when they've got enough opening to go for the three. I didn't think it was a bad choice on that possession.
Fast break, here we go. Williams with another miss. And here are the Blazers. They trail by 6. It's in! What a beautiful shot to bring them to within 3.
I'll tell you, you are playing with fire anytime you leave this guy open, and they just got burned.
Can't afford any wasted possessions down the stretch.
I'll tell you, they'd better come up with some points on every possession from now on.
Just 2 seconds between shot clock and game clock. Grant outside. Clock at 6. And it's Sharp missing. And now we've got the intentional foul.
And you know what? Smart foul. You got to try to extend the game.
So the first one drops, and that gives them a 4-point cushion. Second free throw, no good that time. He really wanted that one. Time called here. The Blazers decide to talk it over. They're down by 4. Guys, your thoughts?
And you know what? They're not ready to give up yet. They'll try to intentionally foul if they can get a quick hoop.
Here's Sharp. Portland again missing.
And not allowing the shooter even an inch of breathing room on that one.
Right, he stays connected and...
But eventually, I'll get there.
I'm a tiger on the loose, I'm a menace in the booth, I'm the medicine you're afraid to take. I'm the gasoline and nut and the devil in your gut that you're fighting just to keep it fake. Kinda like the view with the dice and me, top down with the rims and gold. So baby, pour me a drink, I'm gonna let out
feature an impressive backcourt.
No question, B.A. And I get the sense that bragging rights are on the line here. Everything you can do, I can do better. Expect some exciting back-and-forth action in this one.
And checking out the opening lineup for Memphis. Manning the backcourt, we'll see Morant and Bane. Edey out there with Jackson, and it's Wells in at the 3.
Well, when you're careless with the ball, that's what happens. It ends up going the other direction.
And there's no defense for that. Live ball turnovers, they are the worst.
And the shooter had very little space on that attempt.
I'm sure they'll think twice about shooting against him next time.
And something that makes SGA so dangerous on offense is elite drive and kick ability.
Yeah, you have to load towards him when he comes off a high pick. He just draws so much attention and can find another cutter or spot-up shooter. He has so much gravity to his game.
Grant, how about the rise of OKC? In just 2 years, transforming from a 24-win team to the top seed.
Incredible, B.A. The Thunder drafted well and gave those picks lots of playing time. Plus, they made some fantastic trades. And of course, don't forget, OKC still has a boatload of picks.
Pass to Morant. 6 to shoot.
The sweat that Gilgeous-Alexander puts in on defense does everything he can to trip you up.
And the basket by Bane.
Starting to find his rhythm. He's cooking, and he knows it.
Yeah, when he gets engaged this early in the game, it's bad news for the defense. He can roll this start throughout the rest of the game.
Dort for 3. Counted from distance.
It's turned into a...
Take that, he says. I see your 3, and I'll raise you another 3.
Kicks it out to Bane for 3. And it won't go. His first miss. He's 2 of 3 now. Let's go now to the sideline and catch up with Allie LaForce.
A bit ago, Mark Dacknault and I were able to chat. He said John Morant is so good and so entertaining that some guys on both teams just stand around and watch him. He told his players, if you let him get to the rim and do something spectacular, you're not only giving up points, you're energizing the guys around him. Coach wants to prevent the highlight reel kind of plays.
And Allie, thanks. That basket is good. Off the assist from Jackson. Bane's got 8.
And that's what they want to do. Get him open looks early.
Holmgren, the pass to Gilgeous-Alexander. Outside for Dort. Here's the 3. Can't get a second shot to fall. Now 1 of 2. Memphis has gone 2 for 4 from range to start things off. Back to Jackson. Pass to Morant. From deep. Dort grabs the miss. Thunder trail by 4. Here's Holmgren. Got it. Good job in the low post.
A beautiful finish through contact. That's the dog in Holmgren.
Morant looking for an opening. Drops in the 3.
Guy's just ridiculous. He is just an absolute surgeon when he has the ball. This man is surgical. There is no way to slow him down when he wants to score.
Dort for 3. He drops it from range. So Dort's gotten his second bucket.
Man, this is just fun. These teams are trading threes back and forth.
This is today's NBA. Hey, we see this kind of exchange more often than not.
And Williams has got the ball here for the Oklahoma City Thunder. Trailing by 2. Hartenstein with a screen on Morant. Hartenstein passes to Gilgeous-Alexander. Dort with it. Jacks up with 3. And Gilgeous-Alexander gets it to go on the assist from Dort.
He's such a clever player in pick and rolls. Gilgeous-Alexander is unpredictable and understands how to attack defenses.
Morant buries the jump shot. He's got 5.
Big day for their backcourt. Their guards have really set the tone for the rest of this team.
Here's Gilgeous-Alexander. Money from the wing.
Nice ball movement there. That's how you break down the defense.
Outside Morant. Over Gilgeous-Alexander. Morant, no good.
That was a good look for him from mid-range, but just couldn't make the defense pay.
Pass to Gilgeous-Alexander. Grizzlies with the rebound.
Gets caught showboating there. But hey, he had room. Just don't get many chances to add some style. Sometimes you got to go for it. Using his size to full advantage. He beats everyone to the ball.
There's a 4-second difference between the shot and game clock. Dort outside. Now here's Hartenstein. No good from outside. Jackson, the pass to Morant. This one for three. He got it up in time, but it would not fall for him. And at the end of one, a closely contested game so far. And this has been a fairly close game through the first quarter. We'll see what happens here in the second. All right, guys, let's get your take on the scoring breakdown for Oklahoma City.
So far, they haven't had to force anything. They're swinging the ball around and turning good passing into points.
And also, I like how they've let it fly from the three-point line, shooting with confidence so far in this one.
So, on the floor for Memphis to kick off the second quarter. We've got Santi Aldama, and it's Stevens in at the small forward position. Oklahoma City's gone 3 of 6 from deep so far. Richard, for years, the Grizzlies team motto was grit and grind. You think that shifted?
They're a little bit flashier now, but they still have that underdog spirit. That's what grit and grind is about. They're always out to prove themselves.
Thunder on D. From the arc. And Luke Kennard with the three.
Now put your head down and go to work. That's what they need to do.
Yeah, when the game is up for grabs like this one has been, it's all about the attention to detail.
Stevens, the pass to Kennard. Shoots over Caruso. And it's good as he snugs it right through the net. Kennard's got 5 points in the quarter. Here's Williams. And another miss by Oklahoma City. Memphis leading by 4. Kennard outside. Pass to Stevens. Caruso against Kennard. That's tipped. And stolen by Caruso. Now Wallace. Williams from long range. Always a nice way to start. Makes his first one.
The transition three. It's part of the new NBA. And when he's taking them, it's a great shot.
Here's Pippen. Inside. Second chance effort. Good on the bucket. Kennard's got 7 points in the game.
Nice feed inside. Saw the play develop and hit him right when he needed to.
Wallace misses. For Memphis, they've gone 3 of 5 since the beginning of the second. Pass to Pippen. Kennard outside. RJ, does playing at a faster pace work the same in the regular season as it does in the playoffs?
Depends on the opponent. Teams that like to slow it down and can be methodical in the half court can make it a slugfest. You have to be ready for that.
Wallace tried to come right back with a 3 of his own, but it's no good. Kennard outside. Here in quarter 2, we played a little over 2.5 minutes now. Thunder trail by 6. And here's Caruso outside. Sinks the tray. Caruso's got his first 3 points of the game.
A quality pass, setting up a quality shot. It's just textbook basketball.
Pass to Pippen. Back to Kennard. They set the pick. The 3 is up. It's rebounded by Oklahoma City. And here's Caruso. And Williams gets the bucket on the assist by Caruso. And it's now just a 1-point Grizzly lead. And you watch Alex Caruso on defense, RJ. He forces his fair share of turnovers.
Yeah, he's got great instincts, quick hands. You can't be loose with the ball around Caruso. One of the best one-on-one defenders in the game.
Wallace, the pass to Joe. Lets it go. No good there, off the double clutch. Memphis leading by 4. Kennard outside. A minute 15 left to play in the second quarter. There's the triple. They get it back. And he commits the intentional foul.
You don't want to stop the clock right there. I'm not quite sure what he was thinking.
1:07 left in the first half of this game. Out left to the wing. Fires for three. Caruso grabs the board.
Yeah, and the defense has really got to tighten up on him. I mean, he's just too dangerous from the three-point line.
Wallace misses. For Memphis, they've gone just 5 of 12 here in the second quarter. Kennard for three. Williams grabs the board. Thunder trail by 4. Williams with the screen. Here's Wallace. No good with the triple.
I think he's gone completely dry. Nothing is hitting.
Yeah, and the risk now is that he gets inside his own head. Time to take deep breaths in through the nose, out through the mouth, and let the game come to you.
Here's Joe. And he hits the jumper for 2. Joe's gotten his first bucket of the night.
Thunder foul.
It's his first trip to the line.
First personal foul.
The first free throw is good.
Shooting for Memphis.
Both good from the line that time.
And it's a luxury to have a great shooter like him at the line. Very rarely see a miss.
Here's Joe. And it's all from three-point range. The shot, no good. And so it's Memphis closing out this quarter with a 7-point lead. Their work from distance has been impressive, and it's put them in this lead right now. More 2K action in just a moment. And we played through the first half. Plenty of basketball left in this one. Boy, it's been quite a game for Luke Kennard.
Well, if he's hit threes like he did in the first half, he's going to have a monster night.
And let's see if the D adjusts, make life a little more difficult on him.
Some serious height in the middle. Holmgren the 4, Hartenstein the 5. Gilgeous-Alexander runs the point with Dort at the 2. And it's Williams in at the 3 spot. That's the lineup out there for the Thunder. Dort for 3. Memphis with a rebound. Edey's got a rebound number 5 here tonight. This past offseason, OKC decided to move on from their former first-round pick, Josh Giddey.
Yeah, the 6th overall pick in 2021. Giddey is a talented player with good upside, but fit is so important in the NBA, and the Thunder knew his talents would be better suited elsewhere.
Thunder trail by 7. They're searching for a way to score.
Yeah, buckets have been very tough to come by. Well, you got to be able to shoot fast in the league. So it's nice to see Williams doesn't need a lot of setup time.
And here's Morant outside. Oklahoma City grabs a miss.
Got to find easier shots when you're already struggling. That's not going to get it.
Gilgeous-Alexander against Morant. Oh, what a play! Just palms the block. Wells, the pass to Morant. 4-3. Yes! A Morant 3!
When Ja is knocking down that 3 consistently, it takes his game to a different level. They timed up the layup perfectly. The D saw it develop and got there to bother the shot.
Jackson outside. Pass to Wells. 3-pointer. A rebound by Shai Gilgeous-Alexander. Now Williams. And we're just about 2 minutes into the final half of play now. Back to Holmgren. Shot clock at 6. Down low. And Williams gets the bucket on the assist from Holmgren. Williams has got 5 points now this quarter. And here's Morant outside. He buries it from 3. And the Grizzlies lead by 8.
With the defense geared to challenge Morant at the cup, that little stop and pop is deadly.
On target from range.
That's how you up the ante. Come right back at him.
Yeah, I love the competitive fire right there. You drain a triple on us, and I'm coming for my revenge.
Jackson gets the bucket.
What separates Jaren from other bigs is he's got great confidence in his shot.
Well, so much can be said about Jaren Jackson Jr.'s versatility, but I'd like to praise his team-first mindset. If the dirty work needs doing, he's got it, as long as it helps his team get the win. Oh, just an easy reverse for him. He has nice feel and touch around the bucket.
Morant, no good. Thunder trail by 6. Hartenstein finds Williams. And here's Gilgeous-Alexander, pounded by Morant. They get it again. Williams from long range.
Making his presence known with that swat. Jackson Jr. understands when to go after blocks. Just a textbook lead pass right there, putting it right where it needed to be.
Outside Gilgeous-Alexander. Lets the 3 fly. Memphis with a rebound. Edey's got 7 rebounds in the game. Outside Morant. Ooh, it's stolen by Gilgeous-Alexander. Outside Williams. Here's Hartenstein to the middle. And out of bounds. The Grizzlies will take it.
A classic breakdown with the ball, sending it right out of bounds and giving the defense a freebie.
A line change here for Oklahoma City. Picked by Aldama. Kennard for 3. Williams grabs the board. Williams has got 4 rebounds now. Pass to Joe. From behind the arc. Fires in the triple. Joe's got 5 points.
You can't lose a shooter like him on the court. The ball will find its way to him, and he will drill a 3 each time.
And again, it's Memphis missing. Thunder trail by 5. Caruso, pass to Williams. Uses the glass to finish the layup. He has 7.
Assertive move. You can tell the game's heating up a bit.
Now 5 seconds separating the shot clock and the game clock. Pass to Stevens. Back to Kennard. Ooh, poked away. Here's the break. Caruso finds Williams. Here's Joe. Huff pulls it in. Huff's got 5 rebounds in the game. Here's Kennard. Oh, he beats the buzzer just in time. Wow.
Big time bucket, I'll tell you. Great clock management there.
And we've watched 3 so far in this one. Memphis ahead, up by 5. We'll get right back to the action when we return. And let's take this opportunity to show you our State Farm assist of the game.
And he definitely deserves the award. Reading the defense like a point guard.
He'll be proud of that one. Bigs love when their passing skills are noticed.
And with these teams locked in a very close contest, this 4th quarter promises to be a good one. On the court for the Grizzlies, we've got Luke Kennard, and it's Huff in at the 5 down low. Boy, that foul looked intentional. Not exactly what you'd expect here.
Yeah, I know. It just doesn't make sense given the situation.
So both teams changing it up here. Pass to Edey. Clock at 6. Beyond the arc. And Kennard with the 3. Kennard's got 23 points.
When he gets a quality look like this at the perimeter, he can almost be automatic. Oh, he really wanted that triple. Even though he missed, I really like the competitiveness I'm seeing.
From outside the arc. Pass to Bain. Bain with a screen on Williams. Here's Kennard. And he can't extend the lead to double digits. Thunder trail by 8. Williams finds Dort. 3-pointer. And the rebound goes to the Grizzlies.
That's his shot. And one, I'm sure, he wants back.
Kennard outside. And another 3 for Memphis.
Woo! That man is laser focused. Now, that's bad defense for a team that has a long way to go to catch up.
Effort like this makes you wonder if they've already packed it in for the game, ready to go on to the next. Gotta at least show a little heart out here.
Grizzlies lead by 11. The 3 ball. It's rebounded by Oklahoma City. Holmgren's got rebound number 7 tonight. Pass to Dort. Williams with it. And Kennard picks him up defensively. Dort for 3. The rebound by Jackson. Memphis has gone 2 of 3 from beyond the arc here in the 4th. And so they foul intentionally.
First personal foul. Second team foul.
Oklahoma City on D. Looking to get on the board here in the 4th still. Dort for 3. And that comes off the assist by Gilgeous-Alexander.
The defense gives Shea all their attention, and that leaves another guy open and ready to score.
And there's the screen. Here's Kennard. It's good from the top of the key. Kennard's got 28.
That may be not the highest percentage of looks right there, but look, you can't argue with results.
Oh, it's blocked. It deflects off the backboard. Around 3 minutes gone here in the 4th. That shot wide open. Kennard's got 31. And guys, what do you think about the hustle stats for the Grizzlies?
All you have to do is look at one stat, and that is their block numbers. It tells you how tight their D has been. They've been going out of their way to smother the defense.
Yeah, another thing they did well, running the floor. They've kept the pace high and pulled away with their transition offense.
And there's 1:38 left in the 4th quarter. Jackson finds Bain. Jackson with a screen on Williams. Kennard for 3. Six on the shot clock. Outside Morant. Launches it from deep. From beyond the arc and then some. And the Grizzlies lead by 16.
And this one hasn't been in doubt for a bit now. They came out on a mission, and you can bag up this win for the Grizzlies.
Man, the bench brought lots of energy tonight.
I'll tell you, when your reserves can score like that, it puts your team in a great position to win.
Kennard for 3. It's rebounded by Oklahoma City. Dort outside. Launches it. And the 3-pointer goes.
And great awareness. Holmgren's so good at reading the movement of his teammates. A very heady passer for a big man.
Here's Kennard. Morant, the pass to Kennard. Lets it go from deep. Knocks down the long J. Kennard's got 34.
They really came in with the right mindset today. I can guarantee you their flight home will be filled with some smiles.
And as it should be, to be this dominant on another team's floor, look, when you go home, you're going to go home feeling good.
Some room here for Dort. Oh, the Thunder tack on 2 more. And they're so close to putting this game away.
Yeah, B.A., you don't have to do anything crazy. Just run the clock and don't turn it over.
7-second difference between the shot clock and the game clock. Lets it fly. Kennard can't get it to go. Fires from deep. Let's go with a 3. Can't get it to fall. And so Memphis takes this one by a big margin. Allie, thank you as always. And that'll wrap it up, folks.
Morant is the point with Bain out on the wing. Jackson is out there with Wells, and it's Edey in at the 5 down low. And for Portland, Matisse Thybulle's out there with Anthony Simons. Then there's Klingon. Then it's Avdia. And it's Kamare in at the small forward position. Brent, with Avdia, there's a versatility to this game that not many players can claim.
Yeah, Kevin, it's a great point. He does things on both ends. Sometimes defensively it goes unnoticed, but this guy can play a lot of different positions and is very skilled. He contributes in a lot of ways to his team.
Now here's Morant. Pass to Jackson. Shot clock at 5. Stolen by Avdia. Simons kicks to Thibault. Portland moving the ball around. Avdia can't hit.
Yeah, they had some botched coverage. That turned into no coverage.
Here's Edey. His 3-pointers off the mark. And Simons has got the ball here for the Trailblazers. Thibault on the wing. Latre. It's good. He makes his first shot of the game.
And that's exactly what he's looking for, draining the triple.
Jackson setting the pick here for Morant. Poked away. Pass to Wells. And he can't answer back. The 3-pointer offline. And Simons wide open. He'll fire. Oh, good with the triple. Memphis has gone 0 of 2 from deep here. Here's Morant. Got a piece of it.
Intimidation at the defensive end. That's something Klingon can provide right away, while the rest of his game is a bit of a work in progress.
Now, here's Thibault. Simons has the open look. And it falls over the rim and in.
How about that shot? Not exactly something drawn up by the coaching staff.
Here's Morant. No good. Trailblazers have gone 2 for 4 from the field so far today. Back in the late 80s and early 90s, Brent, the Blazers had a real chance to win some titles.
Oh, man, they ran into some great teams, too, Kevin. The bad boy Pistons, and then the Bulls, obviously, with Michael Jordan. Winning a title in those days took something special, and the Blazers were right there.
Portland's gone just 1 of 4 from 3-point range here in the first. Avdia against Jackson. Pass to Kamare. Shoots the 3. Edey with the rebound.
Well, that's not a shot he's ever going to pass up, and he shouldn't. Despite the miss, no defender anywhere near him. He's got to shoot that one.
Now, here's Simons. Now, here's Avdia. Here's Kamare. Buries the long-range jumper.
Simons playing unselfish. That's going to help this team get in a great rhythm.
It's time now to hear from our Hall of Fame reporter, David Aldridge. What's the latest, David?
I was able to talk with Chauncey Billups for a minute. Of course, John Morant's name first and foremost, so I asked him about the strategy. He said try to plug every defensive hole we see. I know if we give Morant any space, he'll try and slice right through us, so we can't have any cracks in the armor. A tall order for the defense against the unstoppable Morant. Back to you.
Okay, David, thanks.
Wow, you watched the defender, and it looked like he knew that was coming. He made a quick play on it to intercept the ball in the passing lane.
And that's how you do it. Impressive play, explosive finish.
Yeah, sweet finishes like that, you see everybody get up. Look at the guys on the bench. They're fired up.
Offensive rebound. Klingon. Pass to Thibault. Simons from outside. Trains it from beyond the arc. Simons has got 5.
Well, Simons loves to take threes. He's dependable from there.
And each season, GA, it seems like Anthony Simons is given more and more responsibility.
And you can understand why. He's proven to be a versatile scorer, and now we are seeing him take the next step with his playmaking.
Well, Simon's known for a guy who can really get it going from behind the line, and he can do some damage. He's got length and vertical ability from there.
It's Morant with the drive.
And Kevin, even though they're down, he's still looking to do the spectacular, and he did.
Well, maybe this is the best time to do it. And again, it's Portland with the three.
Zero defense. You can't let a good shooter have the wide open three.
Morant right side. The Trailblazers pull it in. And here comes the break. Here's Kamara. A chance there to push it to double digits, but it's off the mark. 7-second difference, shot and game clock. There's Jackson with the three. And that's out of bounds. Memphis will retain possession.
Memphis ball.
We got 22 seconds left here in the first quarter. And Morant gets it to go.
And when the three ball is falling for Morant, the defense is in trouble.
Pass to Klingon. Simons against Morant. Here's Simons. Shoots over Morant. No good on the last second attempt there. The basket's coming early and often in the first quarter. Trailblazers. And if you're just joining us, we've played through one quarter in this one. Let's quickly check out the scoring breakdown here for Portland.
They've looked to fire as much as possible from outside the arc, and so far they are hitting at a high clip.
Let's make sure that selfish nerve.
Out of this world. Sharp is so quick into the air, and then he just hangs forever, able to do things most others can't.
Trailblazers leading by 7. Henderson kicks to Grant. It's good from long range. It feels like every season, Brent, we set a record for pace in the NBA. Why do you think that is?
Well, I don't know, Kevin, if it's every team that's seeking pace, although in every coach's press conference you'll hear about them talking about playing faster and wanting to get out in transition. That's where you take advantage of defenses most. Look, if you got a young team, open up the floodgates and let them run. Probably more success coming your way. And Grant with a nice heads-up play, willing to make the next pass.
Kennard, the pass to Aldama. They need this. The rebound by Grant. And here's Grant. He'll bring it up for the Trailblazers. They haven't allowed any points in the second quarter.
Looks like the game plan is they're willing to give him that kind of shot. It worked out for them this time, but if they give it to him again, I bet 3 points are coming.
Shot's good by Kennard.
And you love that. That's one of the strengths of Luke Kennard's game.
Portland's gone to the three-pointer 11 times tonight, nailed 5 of them. And the latest now from our sideline reporter, David Aldridge. David, it's all yours. Take it away.
Kevin, thanks. The NBA's 65 games requirement for postseason awards has drawn some criticism. But Adam Silver says, ultimately, this is about the fans and putting the best product forward. Load management was not working for us. This is having the desired effect. The guys are out on the floor. Kevin?
Yeah, they want to be on the floor, right? Keep them tuning in. Good stuff, DA. Thank you. It'll go. The Portland lead is cut down to just 8 points with the bucket from Kennard.
That's one of the best three-point shooters. You've got to try to scramble the Jets right here and get that guy off the sweet spot.
Love seeing a point guard who can explode to the rim like that.
Oh, great attitude and even a better finish.
Well, just seeking out weaknesses in the defense and then exploiting it.
Pippen, the pass to Stevens. 6 on the shot clock. Memphis needs to get off a shot here. Kennard's shot is off. Trailblazers leading by 10. And the NBA is truly an international league. I mean, look no further than DeAndre Ayton, hailing from the Bahamas.
Well, you love that him and Buddy Hield carrying the torch for their home country. Ayton is actually the second first overall pick from the Bahamas, the first one being the great Michael Thompson.
Oh, good on the three. The Trailblazers have gone 5 of 7 from the field here in the second. Walker with the screen for Sharp. Ayton finds Sharp. Back to Ayton. And the ball travels out of bounds. It was last touched by Kennard.
A split second late, but almost came up with a steal there.
Real close, and I'm sure next time you might time that a little bit better and get a hand on it.
Here's Ayton. It's rebounded by Memphis. And here in the second quarter of action as we approach 4 minutes play.
And he found the perfect spot behind the arc there. Big gap in the D.
Here's Henderson. And Henderson throws it down hard.
And Henderson doesn't need any extra motivation to head straight for the rim.
They set the screen. And stolen by Ayton. Fast break. Here come the Trailblazers. Here's Sharp. Finished off the break. And it's an 11-point Trailblazer lead.
An agile play to get his hand in there and get the steal. Intelligent play to immediately start the break.
And there's a whistle. It goes on Shaedon Sharp. That's foul number 2 for him.
Second team foul.
Here's Kennard. He's got 9. Pass to Aldama. Sharp against Kennard. Walker with the rebound.
He giving him that shot, and that's probably not a good idea, but I guess they knew what they were doing that time.
Ball stolen. Pittman, the pass to Kennard. There's the triple. Rebounded by DeAndre Ayton. 3-second difference between shot clock and game clock. Inside, Walker. Count the bucket coming off a perfectly placed assist. Walker's got the lead up to 13 now for the Trailblazers. Here's Huff. Off target with his 3. Henderson outside. Grant gets a wide open look. Hands it from downtown. Grant's got 6 points.
Offensively, defensively, they are in total control.
Yeah, the other team a bit concerned here. They're trailing, and the lead seems to be growing.
And so it's Portland in command with a 16-point lead as the buzzer sounds. And their ability to get points in the paint has made all the difference in this one. We'll return shortly. And with a big gap on the scoreboard, the second half begins with very different goals for these teams. One side trying to mount a comeback, one side trying to protect their lead. You have to like what you're seeing from Ja Morant.
Well, we'll find out if they were able to find an answer for him over the break. He was scoring with ease in that first half.
Yeah, just way too easy out there, and I'm sure coach is going to make that a priority at halftime.
So on the floor for Memphis. Morant is the point with Bane out on the wing. Wells is out there with Jaren Jackson. And it's Edey in at the pivot spot, manning the middle.
We all know Ja's capability to fill it up, and he is showing it here tonight.
Wide open look. It's good. The assist this time from Jackson. 14 points for him.
That's just tremendous scoring instinct. So fun to watch him work in the half court.
Pass to Edey. A kick out to Bane. Pulls up on the wing. Rebound by the Trailblazers. At one point, they led by 16. Greg, with how explosive Ja Morant is, he has certainly taken his fair share of awkward falls.
And that's what worries you with guys like that. He's already had a number of injuries in his young career, but we all just want to see him at full health.
Hits it from three-point range. Jackson's got 5 now.
Nice answer back there. Love to see the competitor.
Yeah, both teams finding ways to the three-point line and trying to take advantage from distance.
Another good play. This is how they built the lead, calling on the right guys at the right time.
Basketball IQ is something that gets talked about, but its importance to a team showing up here, running plays that turn into scores.
And that kind of sums up how this game is going.
Attack-minded all the way.
Yeah, great read, calls his own number, and then sends it home.
And when you're a knockdown shooter like you were, with the kind of athleticism that Anthony Simons possesses, Brent, you're in rarefied air.
Yeah, no doubt Anthony, one of those guys, really tough to stop. You got to pick your poison with him. That quickness and his ability to get to the rim, though, that can impact what they do offensively.
Morant tries in. Tipped away.
Yeah, tried to show off just a little bit there, but ultimately didn't work out. You know, he's going to get a few stares from his coaching staff and probably his teammates in the next huddle.
Portland shooting their 4th attempt at the free throw line right here.
And simply put, Donovan Clingan is a winner. 2 national titles in 2 college seasons. He can really affect a game at that size.
Avdia against Jackson. Here's Kamara.
Boy, you have to be impressed with the offensive production. They have got it firing on all cylinders.
I mean, this team is just dangerous. Right now, every shot that they're putting up feels like it's going in.
Pass to Clingan. Back to Simons. Fires the 3. Another shot. Here's Kamara. And it's off from 3-point range. And a wide open look for Bain. Sinks the triple. Bain's got 5 points so far.
A solid distributor. I think Jackson is gifted at reading defenses and then being able to spot the open team.
He made the only free throw attempt he had earlier in the game.
And over the course of last year, he was up over 90%. And with a stroke like that, you see why.
So Memphis ends up going with the new group.
Simon's really settling in to what he is in this league, and that is a microwave scorer that can come in and get buckets.
Really no idea why you're fouling in a situation like that. You know, maybe there's some bad blood between those two.
And Portland making a change here. Henderson's checked in, and then Henderson with the jam.
Gives the team such a great element having a 1 guard who can get to the 10.
Certainly something every team wants to have.
Like to see that assertiveness, especially from the guy who's going to orchestrate your offense.
And Walker kicks to Grant. Shot on the wing. Oh, and here comes Pippen all alone. Finished off the break.
And Kennard, well schooled, just keeping his eyes up and making that play.
Grant the pass to Ayton. Here's Stephens. Henderson defending. Rebound by the Trailblazers. There's Walker with the 3. Hands it from downtown. Walker's got his 2nd basket of the game.
Already a gifted passer. Henderson has solid vision for such a young player.
The shot's good from Kennard.
That's just a lapse right there. No matter what, somebody has to be there and get a hand up in the shooter's face.
Out to Henderson. Trying to answer back, but that 3 is off the mark. The Grizzlies trail by 20. It's a 4-second differential between the shot clock and game clock. And there's the whistle. 3-second violation. The Grizzlies have gone 7 of 15 from the field here in the 3rd quarter. Here's Pippen. Yep, it counts. Pippen's got 4 points in the quarter.
Resourceful move there. That was not an easy one to convert.
No, showing off a little bit on that one. That's a play when your coach goes, no. Okay, good play. Get back on defense.
And there it is for him.
And yeah, he's not messing around. He wants no part of a comeback in this one.
Well, he's grabbed the tee and the blanket because he's putting this one to bed.
And so it's the... And there have been 2 very different performances from these teams today as we get going in quarter number 4. Trailblazers leading by 20. The guard pair are Henderson and Sharp. Andre Ayton up. Oh!
Goodness. He is a highlight reel unto himself, guys.
That could be a contender for the dunk of the year, I think. Kennard for 3. Walker with the rebound.
It's been a struggle all night long from deep, but doesn't seem like he's lost his confidence. He's still letting them rip.
Henderson inside the three-point line. Again, the Trailblazers score.
Nice vision from the youngster. Sharp that time.
And now they decide to foul intentionally. So Portland ends up going with the new group.
Personal foul. First team foul. Substitution on the court.
Here's Edey. Now here's Morant for three. And Klingon pulls it down. Klingon's got his 7th rebound here tonight. Outside, Simons on the wing. And the rebound by Jaren Jackson. Jackson's got his 5th rebound right now in the game. Here's Payne. Pass to Morant. Outside Jackson. Shoots over Avdia. Here's Morant. And another miss by Memphis. And Simons has got the ball here for the Portland Trailblazers. They lead by 24, their biggest margin. And the basket by Kamara.
He's just stretching him out. The defense has got to do a better job of staying attached to him.
I'm not sure what the defense collectively was thinking there. You got to know where he is at all times.
Down low. Pass to Avdia. Here's Kamara. Here's the floater. That is off the mark. He's shooting 60% on 6 of 10 shots. There's Jackson with the 3. Portland grabs the miss. Klingon's got rebound number 9 now. What an effort here tonight. Simons kicks to Avdia. Back to Simons. And again, it's the Trailblazers from deep.
And perimeter scoring, I have to imagine it was a topic of discussion at halftime.
Maybe trying to find a little bit more space and ball movement to get guys open at the three-point.
And between his footwork and height, Jackson is a tough matchup for defenders. Here he takes full advantage and draws the foul.
To the paint. And finished off by Avdia.
Well, that just scrambled the defense all kinds of ways with that great initial pass.
Here's Morant. Made that one as his 7th of the contest. 7 for 15 from the floor.
And no problem for Morant that close to the hoop. Once he gets inside, he makes it look easy.
Simons, the pass to Avdia. Jacks up a 3. Edey with the rebound.
And you don't want to give up that kind of look too often.
Jackson, that's good.
And how about the strength of Jackson there? Uses it whenever he's going up inside and fighting through the contact.
Pass to Kamara from past the arc.
2 minutes.
That shot off.
2 minutes.
For Memphis, they've gone just 2 of 8 in this 4th quarter. The final quarter not treating them well so far.
Yeah, and that was lining up to be a huge alley-oop, but they just couldn't quite connect.
Yeah, you can see when it's that close, players reacting. Oh, man, we just missed that one. Maybe they'll get another chance at it.
Big miscommunication on defense. He recognizes it and quickly takes advantage.
Well, I know they don't have mobile devices out there for texting, so they might as well talk to one another.
Portland's gotten off 4 3-pointers in the final quarter, and 2 of them have fallen. Simons from outside, and the whistle blows. It's going to be on Ja Morant, and that'll be his 3rd foul so far. A look at the clock, a little under 3.5 minutes gone here in the 4th.
Yeah, really good defensive play to cut him off there and square up.
Team foul.
1:33 left in the 4th quarter. And Klingon pulls it down. Klingon's got rebound number 10 tonight with that last one.
And one team is just completely outclassing the other tonight. Spirited performance, and it really ignited what is turning out to be a monster win here for the Trailblazers.
It was a standout performance across the board.
I mean, it was like watching a cat play with a mouse. They were able to do more or less whatever they wanted.
And one of the key components to this victory, if not the biggest, was the incredible performance for Anthony Simons.
He was everywhere, defensively, offensively. The effort we saw from him tonight, I think, was the difference.
The 3 from Morant. The kick out to Payne. Jackson has the open look. No good with the triple. They are in complete control.
This is the ultimate definition of the zone. Everything they've done has worked.
And the great shooters know when they've got enough opening to go for the three. I didn't think it was a bad choice on that possession.
The three from Morant. Avdia with the rebound. Simons surveying the D. From deep three-point land. And so Portland takes this one, but by a big margin. They won this game going away. They were the better.
But eventually, I'll get there.
I'm a tiger on the loose, I'm a menace in the booth, I'm the medicine you're afraid to take. I'm the gasoline and nut and the devil in your gut that you're fighting just to keep it fake. Kinda like the view with the dice and me, top down with the rims and gold. So baby, pour me a drink, I'm gonna let out the freak beat back in the beer. Let him run, let him eat, stone cold killer. Let off the beat. Let him bang on the streets like Godzilla. Let him eat, stone cold killer.
From 2K, you know, on paper, this looks like a lopsided matchup, but anything could happen in the NBA, Grant.
That is the truth. I mean, that's why they play the games. One guy gets hot, the team gets cold. That's all it takes to swing the entire outcome of the game.
And the Oklahoma City starting five. Some serious height in the middle. Holmgren, the 4, Hartenstein, the 5. Gilgeous-Alexander runs the point with Dort at the 2. And it's Williams in at the 3 spot. Deflected!
Wow, great size and better positioning made that block possible from Klingon.
The 3 is up. Dort grabs the miss. Williams on the wing. Launches a 3. Portland with a rebound.
He didn't make them pay for that weak defense, but they just can't rely on him to miss those kind of shots.
There's a screen. Pass to Thibault. Inside. Here's Klingon. And he goes strong with the one-handed jam.
And at his size, Klingon is always an above-the-rim threat.
And another miss by Oklahoma City. For Portland, they've gone 1 for 3 so far. Here's Kamari. Knocks down the triple.
Don't want to let him get into a rhythm from out there.
Oklahoma City has gone 0 for 2 from outside. Well, the truth is, Stan, you lose a franchise legend like Damian Lillard, it really changes your identity.
Oh, it does, Brian. Their offense ran through Lillard for over a decade. Last year was almost a total reset. Now someone has to step up and be that guy.
And these are the shots this team wants Dort taking. He understands his role in this offense.
Pass to Kamari. And the officials whistle a foul on the shot. The bucket is good, and he'll go to the line.
Defensive foul.
Honestly, I don't know how he pulled that off.
And this is his first trip to the line tonight. And the Thunder in possession here. 6-point game. Hartenstein a screen. And Gilgeous-Alexander missing.
Well, and even though he couldn't get that one to fall, that's a shot they want him taking.
Klingon. The shot no good. Great D that time from Holmgren. And keeping us updated from the sideline, Allie LaForce.
I had a chance to catch up with Chauncey Billups. We were talking about Chet Holmgren, the versatility at both ends. And Coach pointed out one thing in particular, saying that Chet has the ability to create for himself. He's a tremendous ball handler for his size. He has great footwork, and he stays on balance. He knows it's going to take a team effort defensively.
Okay, thanks, Allie.
Just taking it right to the rim, and no one was there to greet him.
Once he gets in deep on the defense, there is no way he's missing a layup like that.
Aptia from outside gets the 3 to fall.
Well, he can beat you in a lot of ways. Very challenging to defend.
Here's Gilgeous-Alexander. And he got the whistle on the way up. So he'll be headed to the line for a pair.
The skills of SGA, they're so unique. His ball handling, shooting, length. Not a lot of guys like Shea in the league.
We expect nothing less. He's generally been very good at the line.
Pass to Kamari. Outside Thibault. Here's Kamari. Shot clock at 6. Throws it up high. Oh, and a nice defensive play to disrupt the lob. For the finish. And slam dunk by Gilgeous-Alexander.
Recognizes the fast break opportunity and takes full advantage. Gilgeous-Alexander has a solid feel for the game.
Another 3 for Portland.
Well, it's a three-point shooting league. Guys like him are so important for spacing.
Coach, you talk about guys who are always upping their game. How about Anthony Simons?
Well, Brian, I feel like he's one of the truly under-the-radar scorers in this league. He's put in a lot of time and work, never satisfied with himself or his game, and he just keeps getting better.
Good. Kamari's got 11 points. Just over 3.5 minutes gone here in the first. Gilgeous-Alexander passes to Hartenstein. Gilgeous-Alexander with the ball. Double team on Gilgeous-Alexander. Pass to Holmgren. Back to Gilgeous-Alexander. Thibault with the board.
I mean, come on, that's a shot you expect him to make.
Abdia, right side. Fires the 3. That one doesn't drop. Thunder trail by 5. Tipped. And it's out of bounds. They say it was last touched by Abdia.
Well, that's just a careless pass. He's lucky that was just deflected and not picked off.
There's 48 seconds left in the first. And that one's good. Gilgeous-Alexander.
Yeah, total focus from Shea there. Ready to go off the feed.
Pass to Klingon. Back to Abdia. There's a screen. Out to the right wing. 6 to shoot. Pulls it. Second shot opportunity. Here's Kamari. And the rebound goes to the Thunder. Dort for 3. Abdia pulls it in. Simons outside. It could go. The first quarter all wrapped up, and it's been an exciting game so far. Trailblazers out in front. And it's been a pretty even game here after 1 quarter of play. And let's quickly check out the scoring breakdown here for Portland.
Well, the thing about hitting early threes, it spaces the floor and makes things a lot easier offensively.
Yeah, also, you got to appreciate how unselfish they've been. I mean, the ball movement has been impressive, and the assist numbers are off the chart.
Scoot and Sharp are the backcourt set. Walker out there with Jeremy Grant. And it's Reith in at the 5 spot. That's the group on the floor for Portland.
Attacking the hoop. That is Scoot Henderson's bread and butter. Unstoppable when he's going downhill.
Wallace, the pass to Williams. Oh, got a piece of it. Caruso, right side. Williams with it. And Walker picks him up defensively. Joe misses.
I can't believe he missed that 3. Regardless, that's not a shot the defense should be giving.
Walker against Caruso. They set the pick. Back to Grant. Now here's Williams. Tightly guarded. Here's Wallace. Fires in the triple.
Unselfish basketball. That's what coaches love to see.
The drive by Henderson. Outside for Grant. The three. Always a nice way to start. Makes his first one. Well, Grant, as you always say, in the playoffs, you need a player who can score in isolation.
That's true, B.A. And in a 7-game series, defenses disrupt your set offense. If your stars can go mano-a-mano and create something out of nothing, that's often the best you can get.
And from the sideline, let's catch up with Allie.
The Blazers have a lot to learn. Coach Chauncey Billups said, I owe it to these players to coach them. The only way I know to do that is with honesty. It's always coming from a good place. Once you know that, then you take it with love. I lead with love. I don't lead with fear. Brian?
That's a Hall of Fame mentality, Allie. He's been in their shoes.
Proving his toughness down low. Grant getting the shot off one way or another.
Lots of Grants in the NBA over the years. Jeremy Grant acts like a guy who grew up around the league. You can really see it, Coach.
Well, Brian, he really did grow up around the league and really just a high IQ player, great in the locker room, gives you great energy and effort every night.
Offensive rebound. Back to Joe. Puts up a three. Nice. Gets his second bucket. He's 2 for 4 now.
And for the defense, that is a heart-sinking moment when you see him that wide open from beyond the arc.
Pass to Reith from downtown. The Thunder pull it in. Second quarter play, almost 3 minutes gone here. Here's Caruso. It's blocked. Left side Sharp. Again, the miss by Portland. Thunder leading by 4. The three, and another three for Oklahoma City.
The three-point shot has been his weapon of choice this quarter.
Sharp passes to Grant. Ooh, a little luck that time as it drops. Grant's got 6 points.
Extremely accurate from that area. Grant knew that was going in as soon as it left his fingers.
Here's Joe. Walker pulls down the board. The Trailblazers have got 3 of 6 shots to go here in the second quarter. Williams passes to Joe. Williams, a screen on Henderson. Joe misses.
And I'm surprised that didn't go down. I mean, I'm sure he is too.
1:05 left in the first half of this one. And there's the foul. It's on Cason Wallace. That's his first foul.
Personal foul. Second team foul.
Here's the pick. It's Sharp on the wing. Watched by Wallace. Thunder leading by 5. Pass to Williams. Back to Wallace. It's Williams, high post. Outside Joe, takes a 3. And it's Reith with the rebound. Portland has gone just 1 of 5 so far this quarter from 3. Outside for Grant, outside Sharp, takes the 3. Caruso grabs the board. Caruso's got 4 rebounds now. 4 seconds separating the shot and game clocks. Williams from long range. Can't hit that one. Well, the Trailblazers shooting at a decent clip. 45% for the game. There's a screen. Outside for Grant. Fires the 3. Oh, and the release was before the buzzer, but it's off target. And a pretty tightly contested game here as we end the first half. Oklahoma City ahead. They're up by 5. And join us right back here after the break for the start of the second half. We're halfway through this one. Plenty of basketball left in a game that's been a fairly even one. Thunder leading by 5. And Oklahoma City, looking at who they've got, some serious height in the middle. Holmgren, the 4. Hartenstein, the 5. Gilgeous-Alexander runs the point with Dort at the 2. And it's Williams in at the 3.
Outside, inside, in between, doesn't matter. SGA is lethal.
Pass to Thibault. And stolen by Hartenstein. Pushing it up the floor. Here comes Oklahoma City. Williams misses. And so it's Avdia with it. He brings it up for the Portland Trailblazers. The shot no good. Great D that time from Holmgren. It's a 3-on-3 fast break. Gilgeous-Alexander finds Williams. Now Gilgeous-Alexander. Look at Shea playing big inside.
And such a clever player in pick and rolls. Gilgeous-Alexander is unpredictable and understands how to attack defenses.
Doubled by Hartenstein. Pass to Kamari. Avdia outside. Clock at 6. There's the 3. Nails it from beyond the arc. Avdia's got 6.
Easy look when the defender isn't fighting over the screen.
Yeah, it's certainly worth it to disrupt the offense. Coaches notice that extra effort.
Great touch from deep. Gilgeous-Alexander.
Exchanging buckets from downtown. That's been a staple of tonight's game.
Yeah, sometimes you get in a shootout like this, but you just hope that you can get a stop first. Well, the efficiency is there, but not the volume. He needs to start doing this every trip down the floor to close the gap.
Pass to Kamari. To the inside. Here's Klingon. Powered down after the assist led him to the lane.
First, Klingon screens the defender out of the play and then capitalizes.
Double team on Gilgeous-Alexander. Holmgren with a screen on Simons. Gilgeous-Alexander no good. Blazers trail by 6. Simons with it. Guarded now by Williams. Takes it up with both hands and rips it down.
What a big finish out of the backcourt.
That might be exactly what they needed at this point of the game.
Yeah, what a huge dunk. Making a statement right there.
And it's Simons missing. Oklahoma City leading by 4. Pass to Hartenstein. Now here's Dort. Defense right on him. Williams on the wing. Hartenstein finds Gilgeous-Alexander. And a miss there on the triple. The Trailblazers have gone 4 of 6 from the floor in this third quarter. Outside Thibault. Here's Kamari. Knocks it down from distance. He's got 14.
Terrific energy at both ends to sustain this run.
Yeah, it's normally the defense that fuels a comeback, but let's see how much they have left in the tank.
Holmgren, the pass to Gilgeous-Alexander. The 3 is up. Sinks it from distance. Gilgeous-Alexander's got 11 points in the quarter.
Yeah, he's really giving up size in that matchup. But on the perimeter, he can find the room he needs.
Well, that's the best way to neutralize that size advantage, making him defend out on the perimeter.
The defense gives Shea all their attention, and that leaves another guy open and ready to score.
Pass to Kamari. Oklahoma City grabs a miss. Hartenstein's got 5 rebounds tonight. Outside Gilgeous-Alexander. And here is Williams. Now here's Gilgeous-Alexander. Hartenstein with a screen on Simons. Here's Gilgeous-Alexander. It's hauled in by the Trailblazers. Avdia's got his 5th rebound in this one. Here's Kamari. He's guarded by Hartenstein. Here's Kamari. 14 points for him. Klingon's shot is off. Shot and game clock separated by 5. Not sure why he committed the intentional foul. No purpose.
I think everyone's a little confused, but weird plays happen.
So Portland ends up going with a new group. Gilgeous-Alexander looking it over. Dort, a screen on Henderson. Outside Gilgeous-Alexander. Just 5 to shoot. Takes the 3. No luck on that one. And that'll do it for the third quarter. Oklahoma City ahead, leading by 6. And now we have a moment to reveal our State Farm assist of the game.
And the winner today coming from an unlikely position. It's the big fella with the sweetest pass of the day.
Yeah, it's pretty to watch. It's great to have so many big men in the NBA who can dish it like this.
We've reached the fourth quarter in what has been a very competitive game. Should be an exciting finish. Scoot and Sharp are the backcourt set. Jeremy Grant out there with Jabari Walker. And it's Reith in at the pivot spot, manning the middle. That's the group in the game for the Trailblazers.
Oh, a skilled interior player. I mean, Grant's teammates get him the rock and encourage him to punch it in.
And there's a whistle. That'll belong to Shai Gilgeous-Alexander. That's his first foul.
Substitution on the court.
And it's the Blazers with the ball. For 3, Klingon sinks the tray.
Talk about stepping up. I mean, that is a huge three-pointer.
Well, guys who can make big shots at the end of games have become a necessity.
And slam dunk by Gilgeous-Alexander.
Gilgeous-Alexander is just that good, finishing the play through the foul.
And let's take a moment to get your take, guys, on the scoring so far for the Thunder.
Well, they've been absolutely on fire from deep. And until the defense offers more resistance, the coaches are going to keep encouraging them to let it fly.
And we also got to talk about the number of points they've scored in transition, just jumping all over the opposition in this regard.
Well, that's easy pickings for him. Unless the defense is all over him, he'll take that all day long.
They set the screen. Off the outside. Out to Simons. 6 to shoot. To the wing, right side. For 3, Klingon. Hartenstein pulls it in. Hartenstein's got 7 rebounds in the game. Here's Gilgeous-Alexander. And it's Portland with a rebound. Simons outside. Into the lane. Pass to Klingon. Here's Kamari. Off the outside. Shot from the low post is good.
And that was the right decision. When you're in need of a bucket, you go to your most trusted guys.
Yeah, he got a good look, and he calmly delivered for them. That's what you like to see.
Pass to Klingon. Trailblazers got to hurry. Got to get up a shot. Here's Kamari. Boy, clanks that one off the back iron and it falls.
Yeah, just a great find by Klingon. As he plays more and more, the game will slow down for him.
Gilgeous-Alexander passes to Holmgren. Back to Gilgeous-Alexander. Oklahoma City's got to hurry. They got to get up a shot. The Thunder with another miss. For Portland, they've gone 4 of 7 from the field in the fourth quarter. Pass to Klingon to take the lead. He buries it from 3. Klingon's got 6 in the quarter.
What an important hoop for Klingon.
Gilgeous-Alexander with the ball. Now guarded by Simons. Hartenstein passes to Williams and counted from 19 feet away. And the Thunder lead by 1.
Well, this is what he does. A proven scorer in the clutch.
Pass to Klingon. And here's Thibault. And there's a minute 45 left in the fourth quarter. Hartenstein passes to Gilgeous-Alexander. He can't get it to go. Portland has gone 2 of 3 from beyond the arc here in the fourth. Baseline try. Here's Thibault. Gilgeous-Alexander against Simons. So it'll be 2 free throws. He was fouled in the act of shooting. It's on Isaiah Hartenstein. Good on the first. And that ties this game up. And so he's good on both free throws, and that gives him a lead.
Yeah, he's a guy you want at the line, and clearly not affected by the moment.
Outside, Gilgeous-Alexander. Knocks it loose. Dival with a steal. Down low. Here's Klingon. Sinks that one. Now shooting 5 of 10 and looking sharp. All right, well, a look at how the hustle game has been going for Portland.
Well, all you can ask for is your guys to be really active on D, and they've been more than that tonight.
And their block numbers also stand out to me. Challenging shots at the rim has been a big part of their defensive success.
Here's Gilgeous-Alexander. Oh, they get a hand on it. Pass to Klingon. Beyond the arc. Oklahoma City grabs a miss.
And this is so critical. They now have to score every trip up the floor.
Yeah, they need everything to break their way at this point if they're going to rally back.
There is absolutely no fear in his eyes. He loves the moment.
Yeah, and I can say from experience, his coach just breathed a huge sigh of relief.
And Holmgren's got the ball here for the Oklahoma City Thunder. They trail by 1. Williams from long range. He's off from 3. Gilgeous-Alexander finds Williams. Can't cash it in. So it's the Trailblazers taking the W in a close one. That was an incredible...